Hey guys, real quick before we get started, this video took way longer than it should have, and I apologize for that, but just life got in the way. And all I want to say really is basically I hope you get some inspiration out of this video, because that's the point of all my videos. So please, thank you for sticking around. Thank you for watching the video, and it's time to get started.
So my first thought, wood veneer is thin, it warps easily with humidity, so I had to come up with some sort of way to try to help that a little bit when I was doing this pour, because I needed these pieces to be flat as possible because all of the layers are going to be very thin. So that was very important to me to make sure that they were flat, dead freaking flat. So what I came up with is to try to coat each layer of veneer in a thin layer of epoxy, not really to make them super rigid or anything, but just so if they wanted to soak any of it up, they could. And it also, when it dried, it helped keep them much more flat than without it. Then we just had to build a simple form, lined it with a little bit of packing tape, or in my case, I used tuck tape. It works really well to keep the epoxy from sticking. So this form, very simple. And I made it to be about 1/4 of an inch bigger than the veneers on all sides. And then it was time to start the pours. Many, many, many pours.
I'm an idiot. Stupid. It's stuck. Stupid.
So after what seemed like an eternity, I got all the pieces cleaned up and the slices cut, and it was now time to make the second pour, which was to make the large sheet in order to cut the panels for the light fixture. Although you can use literally anything to make a mold to pour epoxy in, I like to use acrylic because the epoxy doesn't stick to it, so I don't have to worry about covering everything with tape. But again, I could even use cardboard and cover it with tape here if I wanted to, but the acrylic just makes it a bit easier for me.
I've thought a lot. I've thought probably way too much about how I want to lay this out as far as where I want the cuts to be. And hindsight, of course, now that I'm looking at it, it's not going to work out quite like I wanted it to, because I want the pieces to meet and have all the same colors. I don't want them completely random. At first I thought I was going to have them random, but where I'm going to have to cut these, I'm going to take as small a kerf as possible with a super thin kerf circular saw blade on my table saw, and hoping that works out. If I have to trim a few of them down afterwards, I think that'll be okay. One thing I do want to avoid is having the saw blade go on the wood veneer and the epoxy at the same time, because I'm afraid it's just gonna rip it and tear it out. So this is an experiment for me as much as it would be for anybody else. So we're going to give this a try, clean this up, and see what we can make of it. We have got probably the most nerve-wracking part of this whole deal. I have a lot of time in these panels, a lot of time, and I have a lot of time. Did I mention that? So basically, the acute angles that we need to cut on these have to be cut vertically. It can't be cut horizontally because it's greater than 45 degrees, blah, blah, blah. I'm not good at math, but I did use my little drawing, and I made sure that my angles were correct. I even practiced on some plywood off camera. That was great. Great, great, great. Now, there's no way we can mess up, right? I mean, there's no way. I'm gonna go ahead and cut these very carefully, and then we're gonna get to assemble them, and we are finally getting closer to getting this thing done. Woo! Let's do it. We are ready to do this semi-stressful glue up. And by glue, I'm using this Total Boat, basically epoxy in a tube. Put the pre-mixed tip on the end of it, put it in a caulking gun, and I got myself quick dispense epoxy. It's gonna be the best adhesive to glue this thing together. Blue tape, the only thing I'm gonna use for clamps. Straight edge. I don't know what else I'll need, but we're gonna get started. I'm gonna try to arrange these in the somewhat order and direction that I want them to go, and then glue it up and let them set and hope for the best.
The glue up of these individual panels was a bit nerve-wracking to say the least, because I knew if I messed this up, oh boy, we had weeks of epoxy pours involved in these little simple multicolored panels, but it worked out good. I had it planned out from the beginning, and using the Thixo Total Boat epoxy stuff made it a lot easier because I had a lot of time to make sure I had everything right before it started to set up. So it turned out to where everything worked out great. It was just it was nerve-wracking. Did I mention that? So of course, after everything was glued up and it was dried, it was inevitable sanding, and I sanded all the way up to 600 grit, trying to make this as polished as possible. So when I put the finish on it, it was going to be perfectly smooth and beautiful to look at, and would just make me smile every time I turned it on.
we gotta have some way to attach these lights together rigidly, because that's the design I'm going for, and that's what I'm gonna do. So I cut these 2 pieces of acrylic to hold these neat little light holders, or light bulb holders, I guess we should call them. I got them off a secret website. I'll leave it in the description. They got all kinds of really cool stuff like this. But I cut these, I have a laser, so of course it makes it super easy to cut acrylic, but you could cut them 1,000 different things. Let's get that out of the way. But my thought is this 1 piece of 1/4 inch is not stiff enough. So I'm gonna double them up, and I cut the holes in this one to fit that, and then I cut the holes in the bigger one, secondary one, that fits the outer ring. So it's gonna be fancy. And then after we get these glued together, we're gonna glue it on top of the light box things, and that's it. This stuff is like water, so you gotta be careful how you put it on here, because it'll make a mess. I didn't get anything to clamp it. Somebody clamp this. Somebody clamp it. There we go. Don't move. All right, so we're to the last, most exciting part, at least I think it's the most exciting part of the light, and that is assembly. I've wired up the pendants, and if you want to know how to wire up a pendant light, you probably should watch a video of an electrician showing you how to wire up a pendant light, because an electrician I am not, but I know enough to be dangerous, and I know enough to hook up these lights. These are just cheap, simple pendant kits off of Amazon. I have a link in the description if you want to get those. We have our panel here that I laser cut, but you could cut it with a jigsaw. I had to reinforce it with a thicker piece, which I don't particularly like that, but that's what I'm going to go with for this project, because this is what I've planned for a long time. And we smoothed it all up. We're ready to actually attach these to this piece. So we're going to glue that down, and we are ready to finish this thing up, put a little shine on it with whatever finish we choose, and we'll be ready to go. And we're done. Thank you guys for sticking with me in this video. It's been drug out way too long, like I mentioned, but I hope to be back on track now, and I appreciate you guys sticking with me through this one. The light turned out great. I think it could be used for a lot of things. It's just hanging temporarily here above our bar. It's not going to stay here because there's not quite enough room here for it to look really good. So I just kind of hung it up here temporarily to show in the video. But I think it'd make a really good bar light. It'd make maybe a really cool pool table light, dining room light, lots of different things. Of course, it'd make a great light to go into a game room or any type of recreation type room like that. So any of those things would be great. And like anybody else would say, oh, the project is fantastic. It's a really great one. It is pretty good. I do like the light. It turned out good. Is it perfect? Absolutely not. I probably could have taken a little more time in the details as far as the thickness of my layers and how I laid the veneer down each time. I should have made my timing exact between each one, and then maybe the layers would have lined up a little better. I didn't do that. That's okay, because like I said, it still turned out good. The overall look was great. I could have maybe used a little more pigment in the epoxy, but again, not that big a deal. I think it turned out good otherwise. So again, thank you guys for sticking with me in this one. I'm hopefully back on track to get my videos out on a regular basis. So I really appreciate all of you, and I thank you for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one.